praises and glory goes to Yahweh, Vashem, Yahweh Shai. All praises goes to Yahweh, Vashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the men of GMS who rule well. Tehar on down. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz coming at you with another live lesson on the set. Think it not strange, okay? You're going to go through your tribulations, okay? As close as we're going to get to this, it's like burning hot metal, okay? Or the Bible calls it a woman in her pains, okay? So first the contraction starts every 6 hours, then every hour, and then every 30 minutes. And then the baby's born. That's how this thing is going to go down, okay? So don't think it's strange that you, let's say, lost a job or losing your, losing your, your wife or whatever tribulation or setback you think you're going through in this truth. It's completely normal. That's how you know you're in. You gotta think it's strange if you're not going through no tribulations, okay? So think it not to be strange that you're not going through that you're going through tribulations in this thing, okay? You have to go through it, okay? We all have our set measure, but Yahweh Shai will grant us a way out of it, okay? He's not gonna put over that we can't bear, okay? He's gonna give us what we can bear, okay? Yahweh Shai knows. The book of First Peter chapter 1, verse 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you as though something strange is happening unto you. Like I said, you don't think you just think it's strange something happening to you when you come into the truth. Paul calls it a thorn in the flesh, okay? You're going to go through it. But rejoice in as much as ye are partakers of Christ's suffering. So you have to be partakers of Mashiach sufferings, okay? You got to go through the sufferings of Mashiach, okay, our Messiah. That when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye are reproached for the name of Mashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and power rests upon you. So happy are you if you're basically getting the same tribulations, okay? Happy you should be, okay? That you in this thing, okay? Yahweh Shah is not the chief things that's going into it. But you don't only ask for the chief things. Okay, one moment. The book of Ecclesiasticus 29, verse 21. The chief things for life is water and bread and clothes and a house to cover shame. Okay, so that's the only thing that required. Okay, if Yahweh Shai is giving you the chief things of life, okay, bread and water and clothes and a house to cover shame, you should be good. Okay, we brothers should be good in that. Okay, asking for the chief things. Okay, the basics. So okay, you can't ask for much more than that. Verse 14. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 14. If ye are reproached for the name of Mashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of power rests upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. Verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Yet if a man suffers as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify power on this behalf. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of power. And if it first begins with us, what shall be the end of what shall be end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh now? So if we catch in this much hell, what shall be the end of those that don't serve Yahweh Shai? Okay. If we catching this much hell, okay, they're going to be destroyed. Let's get it. If we catching this much hell and we in Yahweh Shai, what's going to be those that are without Yahweh Shai? Second Ezra. Second Ezra chapter 15, we saw that verse 3. Fear not the imagination against thee, and let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee, that speak against thee, for all the unfaithfulness shall die in their unfaithfulness. Okay, so they're going to be destroyed. That's what's going to happen to them. The book of Genesis, chapter 13. We're reading from the KJV, then from the NET version. And Lot lifted up his eyes and beheld all the plain of Jordan. It was well watered, and everywhere before Yahweh destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even the garden of power of Yahweh, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar. the book of 13, verse 10, the book of Genesis. Lot looked up and saw the whole region of the Jordan. He noticed that it was well watered. This was before Yahweh obliterated Sodom and Gomorrah, like the garden of Yahweh, like the land of Egypt, all the way to Zoar, okay? So they're going to be obliterated, okay, when this thing goes down, okay? If they're not catching, if you're not catching no suffering, if you're not in this thing, you're going to get obliterated. What you think is going to happen unto them? Let's go back to the book of First Peter's. First Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of power. And if it begins with us, what shall be the end? The end be unto them that obey not the gospel of power. So what shall be their end? Okay, that don't believe in the gospel of power. Okay, we just read it. They're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be obliterated when this thing goes down. And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of power commit the keepings of their souls to him that in well doing as unto a faithful creator, okay? So what's gonna happen unto them? Let's go into it. The book of Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that fall against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. You betcha, thermonuclear destruction. Obliterating them, okay? Just making them just ash, dissolving them, okay? So with the intense heat that blast of that bomb it gives off, okay? And plus the chariots of the lasers, okay? So that's what's gonna happen, okay, with those that don't serve Yahweh Shai, because we're barely gonna be saved. And on that note, hopefully you're edified. Shalom.